vanished. Not a dime came through. None of those promises became reality. And now that Meech is left trying to piece everything back together, Ross is conveniently MIA. But it doesn't stop there. 50 Cent, he's been on a whole different kind of timing. As soon as he saw Meech linking up with Ross, man, he went off. 50 hit Instagram like it was a battleground, firing shots left and right. He didn't even wait. As soon as the Rick Ross Welcome Home concert got teased, 50 started clowning. The man went into full roast mode. Rick had promised Meech a huge event, one that would have brought in crazy money, not just exposure, but a real bag. A cut of the ticket sales, it could have been a turning point. But then, boom, canceled abruptly. No explanations, just whispers, rumors. And the rumor mill? Oh, it was loud. People started speculating that federal agents came in and shut the whole thing down. Why? That's the kicker. Folks believe that 50 Cent was behind it, like he pulled strings behind the scenes just to shut it all down, purely out of spite. Did 50 admit it? Of course not. But he sure had a whole lot to say when Boozy Badazz talked about it on Vlad TV. 50 ran to Instagram and posted, "Hey, just asking for a friend. Does this mean the show's not gonna happen?" Disrespectful.
2-3 hours, like, I'm at the Louis store. I'm like, what? What the I could have saved this bitch $5,000 outfit.
And let's not act surprised. 50 had already predicted this would go down. He called it. Then sat back sipping tea, pretending he had nothing to do with it. But behind that smirk, you know he was enjoying every second. And what hurts the most? When Meech needed Ross the most, when the deal crumbled and the money dried up, Ross didn't lift a finger. He stayed quiet, watched from the sidelines like this was just another episode of Power, using Meech as a pawn just to get back at 50. But 50 wasn't done. He dragged Tammy Cowens into the mix. Yes, the same Tammy Cowens who's now being accused of being a federal informant. 50 posted alleged text messages between him and Tammy asking her straight up, "Did Meech know you were working with the feds while he was locked up?" And Tammy, she responded, opened the door to something bigger. 50 dropped another bomb on Instagram. Tammy Cowens, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. And let's not forget, just a week before that, 50 was already accusing Meech of snitching. He went full savage saying, "Big Screech, you keep forgetting you told Tammy Cowens to get your time cut, sucker," tagging all his brands too. Classic 50. But guess what? It wasn't just 50. Blue Da Vinci and Cuffy also stepped up, pointing fingers at Meech, saying he was the reason they got locked up. They say he used Tammy as a snitch to help himself. So this whole Big Screech nickname, yeah, it ain't just some social media joke. People are talking, and it looks like there's way more to this than Meech is letting on.
He's saying, how did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy so you could get caught up in it? How did that happen? So that means you got to go back to the movies. Right, that's the... Oh, Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Exactly. But when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me.
And poor Lil Meech, he got caught in the crossfire. See, before all this drama exploded, 50 was the one holding Lil Meech down. He funded his acting classes, helped him get ready for his role in the BMF series, and was even managing his business deals. You remember when rumors started flying about Lil Meech and substance abuse? It was 50 Cent who stepped in, quietly, respectfully, put the kid in rehab and paid for it. That's how deep their bond ran. But
watching movies, I'm like, man, acting must just be reading lines off of paper, like something like this. You know, when I get there, you're like, hey, don't look at the paper. Imagine your mom and dad in the casket right now.
Then, Big Meech jumped ship, started getting close to Rick Ross, and 50, he was out. He didn't just cut ties, he went nuclear. Publicly announced that he was ending the BMF series. That show, it was Lil Meech's whole income. And now, gone. Just like that. To make it worse, 50 got petty. Whenever he posts anything BMF related now, he blurs out Lil Meech's face, like he's trying to erase him. And Rick Ross? Instead of apologizing or falling back, he doubled down. Claimed he was going to make his own BMF series. Said it would have a bigger budget than 50's version. All caps.
For him, outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me, it gets covered.
That was Big Meech's last shot. If Ross had actually delivered, Meech could have made serious bank. But like always, it was just talk, no action. That show never happened. And Ross, he legally couldn't even move forward without 50's permission, since 50 still owns the rights to the BMF story for TV and film. So Rick's big plans, dead in the water. And where does that leave Meech? Still broke. Still being mocked online by 50 Cent. And Ross, nowhere to be found. Funny, isn't it? Ross had so much to say when he was using Meech's name to go after 50, but now that it's real, radio silence. This is exactly why 50 Cent has always clowned Rick Ross. He said it for years. Ross only brings him up to stay relevant. It's the same tired game. This time, it's just Meech who got caught in the middle.
I didn't know that they say I was the only person that flagged 50 Cent up. I ain't know that. I'm gonna be honest. Tony Yayo told 50 Cent himself, y'all.
And just when we thought it couldn't get more disrespectful, Ross decided to mention 50's late mother in an Instagram story. Yep, he went there. He didn't.
Tony Yayo said, I wouldn't do that if I was, cause Tony Yayo know the niggas ain't got no money. Come on, man, look at Tony Yayo on team thing. Them niggas need face.
Stop there either. He came for Tony Yayo too, saying he warned 50 about making bad choices. Even mocked Yayo and Uncle Murda, saying they looked old and needed skincare. Like what? Of course Yayo responded, loyal to 50 till the end. He said it himself. He's used to being dragged into 50's wars because they ride for each other.
You struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? Let's take this.
But Ross wasn't done. He flipped the script and came for 50's business. Tried to diss G-Unit Studios, saying it wasn't getting finished because 50's broke and can't get bank loans anymore. And
you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? Let's take this.
50? He clapped back immediately, mocked Ross for appearing on the Millennium Tour as a special guest. Yup, on the same lineup with Ray J, Bobby V, and the Yin Yang Twins. For 50, it's deeper than just a music tour. It's a message. He sees Ross as someone pretending to be a rap mogul while taking second-tier slots on nostalgia tours. How you gonna call yourself the boss and open for Bow Wow? It's laughable. So now we're here. The concert, dead, the TV deals, vapor, the friendships, shattered, and the one left in the rubble, Big Meech. During the real BMF era, Meech wasn't someone you crossed. He was that guy. If you owed him, he came to collect, personally. But now, he's the one getting played. He's watching people make millions off his name, his legacy, his life, while he's sitting there empty-handed. And word on the street? Rick Ross is starting to feel that heat. Privately, whispers are swirling that Ross knows the storm is coming. Real BMF associates, the ones who still ride with Meech, might step in and demand answers. And if that happens, Ross better pray it's through lawyers and not the streets, because Meech doesn't play about betrayal, never has. And now there's talk that Big Meech and Lil Meech sold off the BMF rights for $112 million and didn't involve 50 Cent at all. Can you even imagine how that hit 50? After everything he did to make Lil Meech a star, after he spent his own money to protect the BMF legacy, that deal was like a dagger in the back. Now think about this. 50 Cent created the BMF series. He made it a cultural moment. He took Meech's story and gave it life on.
Your night starts in a Lyft ride. Get 50% off your first 2 rides. Use code NEWUSER. Max $10 per ride, new riders only.